Hello, Covington Community and esteemed school board members. My name is Holly Magee, and I'm just so excited about the opportunity to be the next superintendent of Covington Community School Corporation. I'm unable to be there tonight. I wish I could, but I'm still working in Pensacola, Florida as a principal right now. So I thought I'd make a short video so you guys could get to know me a little bit better and know what I'm about. I also just want to share again how thrilled I am for the journey to come. I bring 25 years of public education experience to the job, most recently as a principal, as I said, in Pensacola, Florida. I have played the roles of classroom teacher, middle school teacher, special ed teacher, crisis prevention intervention instructor to adults. I've been an assistant principal, an intervention specialist, and a principal. I've worked at all three levels, elementary, middle, and high school. I also ran a program for students with severe behavior problems that could not remain in their traditional school and had to be removed for a period of time. We worked on some behavior management strategies, and then we would help make them more successful and transition them back into their traditional school. However, when I think about my most amazing, meaningful chapters of my public education career, it would be my time as principal at C.A. Weiss Community School. You see, that was my first principal job, and during that time when I was appointed, Weiss was one of the lowest schools in the entire state of Florida. Actually, there was only one school that year lower than us in the entire state. So I knew I had a big job ahead of me, and we were able to completely have a comprehensive transformation from what the school was to a trauma-responsive school and a community partnership school. We were actually the first community partnership school in the state of Florida. What did we do? Well, we started off by, in just 4 years, moving the school grade to a grade of a C. Before I left Weiss, we had a fully embedded pediatric clinic on site at our school. So our families in our community, kids under 18, were able to go and see a pediatrician at no cost. We also had adult education classes. Those classes included GED classes and the prerequisite to GED classes for people who needed a little extra work before they were ready to take the GED. We also offered classes like financial management, and we had a parent resource room that parents could come and utilize computers or anything they needed during the day. We also had a very robust after-school program. It was free to our students, and it included a large academic portion of the time where university students going into education would come and work one-on-one with our kids. It offered a hot dinner every night to our students, and then after that we would transport them home. There were also very good enrichment programs that the students could participate in while there, things that our families would not be able to afford otherwise. Things like dance, ballet, golf, tennis, coding, Spanish, and so much more. We had 2 full-time licensed mental health counselors on staff to help our families deal with situations outside of our school. See, we also served the Women and Children's Battered Shelter, and we served 2 other homeless projects that kept our women and children in the local area. So they were all housed to Weiss as well. So there was a lot of things happening outside of the school that we were able to help with. We had programs like Weiss Eyes, where an eye doctor came every year and would give eye exams to students. During that time, if a student was found to need prescription glasses, they were given a free pair of prescription glasses. And we also had a health ambassador program where our older students, 4th and 5th grade, were able to help out in the pediatric clinic. They would do this during school hours, some throughout the day, and then they'd also work after school and on the weekend when the clinics were open. One of the stories I remember so well was a little girl that looked at me and said she had no idea that a woman could be a doctor. And that was so eye-opening to me that we were able to expand her world from a very, very small world that she knew of, often not getting out of her housing project that she lived in, and be able to see that there were things out there for her as a young child. We were able to connect families, staff, and students through our initiatives. See, my time at Weiss taught me one thing, that education truly is the change factor for so many families and children. However, before that we can really monopolize on education, we we have to do so much more for our students and families. These are things before they get to the classroom or even the school door. We have to meet the needs of the whole child and the whole family. And in order to do that, once we do that, everything begins to shift and we truly can start making a difference. Most recently, I served as principal of MacArthur Elementary School, a completely different kind of school, but an amazing school in itself. When I got here, we were a low C, and we worked so hard, have a wonderful staff, and in 3 years, we're able to flip the school grade of a C to an A. We did this, again, with the most amazing staff, but we did it through instructional leadership, systematic support systems, and paying close attention and care to not just our students, but our families and our staff members. Currently, I'm working on a doctorate in organizational leadership. I have all my classwork done. I'm just finishing my dissertation right now, which is about the variance in teacher burnout as it relates to teacher attitudes towards trauma-informed care. So you see, the research allows me to dig deeply and explore the intersection of trauma-informed care and teacher well-being, something that I believe is just vital in our public education system today. On a personal note, my husband John, he's a middle school teacher. We are both excited for this move. He's really never been to Covington and is not from Covington, but excited about the close-knit community and everything I've shared with him over the years. We have 3 sons. Andre, he's our oldest, he's 24. He's at the University of Florida, finishing up his doctorate in mechanical engineering. Marcus, our 20-year-old, he's in digital design at the University of West Florida. Both of these boys will stay where they are and finish their college career. We'll see what happens after they're done. My youngest son, Ross, is 15, and he'll be going into 10th grade as a Covington treasure next fall. We are very excited about this. He's excited too. In the last few months, I've traveled to Covington and I got to meet with the school board members, and I actually got to meet each of the principals at each of the schools in Covington, and I have to tell you that I was just very impressed with everyone's dedication, their kindness, and their passion for our students in Covington. I cannot wait to begin doing work with all of these leaders and to expand that into the community and get reacquainted with many people in Covington and acquainted for the first time with so many. I'm truly filled with excitement and hope on what we can do together, leading, learning, and loving together, and see how we can elevate Covington to the next level. Again, I wish I was there tonight. I can't be, but I will be coming soon. Hopefully we will be moving in the middle of June, and I'll hit the ground running at the beginning of July. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see everyone soon.